Support comes from the Wiregrass Archives at Troy University's Dothan campus, identifying and preserving historical documents and photographs for research related to the Wiregrass region. More information at troy.edu/wiregrassarchives.
From Troy Public Radio, this is the Newswrap from In Focus, and I'm Carolyn Hutchison. Todd Stacy, host of Alabama Public Television's Capitol Journal, explores the question of congressional redistricting in Alabama. And the Wildcard goes under the water this week. Todd, what's the hot topic this week?
Well, the Supreme Court's ruling impacting the Voting Rights Act. So this case came out of Louisiana, a redistricting case, kind of like Alabama's. A couple of years ago, Alabama was at the Supreme Court arguing for its maps. This is kind of like the opposite case where they passed a map that was intended to have a majority-minority district, as the lower courts have said is necessary for years. But voters challenged it, saying this is an unconstitutional gerrymander. And if you look at the district that they drew, it really is. I mean, it stretches about 200 miles and it's kind of like a snake. So they ruled it an unconstitutional gerrymander, but more importantly, ruled that race cannot be used to draw maps. You can't draw a congressional district using race to achieve whatever means you're doing. Well, that's what courts have been demanding for years because of previous interpretations of the Voting Rights Act. That means you're going to see a lot of different states, particularly in the South, look towards redistricting because most southern states have those majority-minority districts, including Alabama. We have two. The question now becomes not if, but when Alabama will redraw its congressional map. A lot of Republicans want to start right away in order to pad the Republican majority this year because it's kind of at stake. Obviously, the election is May 19th, so ballots have already been printed. Absentee voting is already going on. Maybe more complicating is that because of that Alabama court case I was talking about, in 2023, a federal court ruled that Alabama, because of all that, can't touch its maps, can't go towards redistricting until 2030, when the next census happens. We, as a state, have been ordered by the federal court not to touch our congressional map until the next census. Unless the court lifts that order, we would be defying a court order. That's why the governor has said, we can't touch this right now.
Todd, we need a wild card for relief.
Yeah, let's lighten up. Well, this comes from Yahoo. This woman, Nicole Isaacs, in Los Angeles, she's a diver, scuba diver, and a dolphin pulled alongside her boat, and she noticed that this dolphin had been injured and had deep gashes. What the problem was this dolphin had been attacked by remoras. Those are the sucking fish. They're parasites and can cause real damage, can kill dolphins. So this lady dives in, she's pregnant, by the way, and remove these remoras and really save its life. So I just thought that was a heartwarming story. Dolphins, they're the smartest next to us. So I just think that's really neat. And there's some neat pictures associated with this article, too.
Heartwarming indeed. Tell me who is on Capitol Journal.
We have a special episode of Capitol Journal. We're on location at the Alabama League of Municipalities annual conference. It's the biggest conference they've ever had. 1,200 mayors, city council members, municipal employees from all around the state. They gave us special access to this really large convention. So we'll be talking to those mayors, city council members, also the League of Municipalities staff, profiling their role in the state. So check it out tonight, 7:30.
So, Todd, this is our last day of our public radio spring fund drive. Can you share your thoughts on this?
Oh, I'm so glad you asked, and I hope it's gone well. I trust that it has. I know Troy Public Radio enjoys generous and dedicated supporters, as do we at APT. It's just so important to support public broadcasting. It says it in the name. It's public. It belongs to us. The important part of that is taking that ownership and contributing and giving back. And I can tell you that there are so many dedicated people in public broadcasting. They do it because it's an important mission to keep Alabamians informed. So I hope you'll open your pocketbooks and open your checkbooks, as I'm going to do, and contribute to Troy Public Radio.
Todd, thank you so very much for the Newswrap and for your support of Troy Public Radio.
Absolutely.
That was Todd Stacy, host of Alabama Public Television's Capitol Journal, Fridays at 7:30 p.m., Sundays at noon, and on YouTube. Thanks for joining us for the News Wrap from In Focus, which is a podcast wherever you get your podcasts. I'm Carolyn Hutchison, and this is listener-supported Troy Public Radio.